Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with Nexon of the Vast Nexus, and I wanted to highlight some Flash games from back in the day that are really good. Part of the reason for running these is that I'm still bottlenecked in uploading to YouTube, and low res goes a lot faster than the high def stuff does. So things like this is stuff I can play quickly and upload quickly, and just get more content out overall. For those wondering, because I've gotten a lot of questions that I haven't answered, because I'd like to encourage people to figure things out on their own, because they're never going to figure it out on their own if people just keep giving them answers. If you're wondering how to play Flash games, Flashpoint. There'll be a link in the description. If you're having difficulty getting it working, I can't help you. It works fine on my end. And I'm not an IT guy. Check their FAQ. They probably have a solution. But this is Don't Escape from Scriptwelder, and he's done 3 of these, 3 of the Deep Sleep series, which I'll also be covering, and there's other things that I have planned, but this is a point-and-click adventure, which is a kind of dead genre these days, but never mind that. I woke up in a room. The room is not locked, and I remember everything. I'm a werewolf. Tonight I will turn and people will die. Unless I find a way to prevent myself from leaving this place. I must make sure that whatever happens, I don't escape. So, we have a series of still screens. Now, I'm not sure how well this is going to encode because all of Scriptwelder stuff has this kind of CRT monitor fuzz on it. So, yeah, that kind of makes a problem with encoding. But we will persevere. So, if you don't know what to do in a point-and-click adventure, chances are the game developers have left you a clue somewhere, and the rest is just a logical thought process. The hut looks abandoned. I'll stay here for a while, and figure out what to do. I didn't quite deliver that as I should have. I hope I haven't eaten whoever lived here. Tonight, there's a full moon. Now, when I first played this, and a lot of people had this problem, they saw that, and just assumed that was all that was on the note. But you'll notice, on the left side of the border, there's another page. Just as I expected, the witch talked in riddles. She said that to weaken the beast, I would need a handful of hot dust, a crunchy herb, and something that grows in earth yet is not a plant. She also mentioned that it would wear off quite fast. So, we need a crunchy herb, a hot dust, so a spice. That's... oh, God. They don't teach people how to problem solve anymore. It makes me sad. I'm trying to turn around. I'm not after the broom. Let's go outside. So one of the benefits of doing a point-and-click and pixel art is the fact that in a lot of point-and-clicks you'll end up hunting for that suspicious pixel somewhere, but here it's all pixels, so the pixels you need are pretty outstanding from the pixels that are irrelevant. Now, we have an axe. Let's acquire that. That's what you do in a lot of point-and-clicks. You acquire things. Let's acquire some wood. Now, 2 things that you might miss in this tranquil Western European country scene is down here on the right. There's some mushrooms by, I think these are supposed to be fence posts. Something that grows in the ground, yet is not a plant. Mushroom qualifies, although it doesn't exclusively doesn't exclusively grow in the ground. And there's also here that those gray squares are not just bad texturing, that is a chain. Why there's a chain on a thatch-roofed log hut, I do not know. So we're going to leave the door open for now. It has no ammunition. So we got a little glass container here. We can get a bit more light by lighting a fire, but we need a tinderbox. This is not the era of lighters. Antlers. A hunter must have lived here. Not necessarily. I mean, some people find that, you know, vogue or baroque or whatever. Shirt. Key in the shirt. a bed. Now, it's important to note that there is the bed zone that you click on, and then there's under the bed, where there's another key. Handle. So all of these drawers are searchable. There's our tinderbox. So dried herb. Now, here's where... The dried herb is not something you use. It's, what, a red herring? Because you need something that grows in the ground that is not a plant. And a root. Or was the root? No, the root was the thing that grows in the ground, was not a plant. So yeah, again, I clicked on the barrel. It seemed to be empty and of no use to me, but if I click on the top of the barrel... Grab the rope. Then there is actually something in the barrel. So you need to follow a logical progression of things. So, the small key opens the chest. You could try both. It's not like you'll break one if you use the other one. So... just as a refresher, hot dust, so that's a spice. Crunchy herb, something that grows, so that's the fungi. Now here's another little detail. Again, part of, like, you want to scan the screen to make sure you found everything, is that down here, there is actually another panel. I'm not actually referring to the floor panel, I mean a panel is in another screen. So here we find a slab of meat. And I believe that's the spice. Yep, a spice and a piece of meat. Now we leave that. Okay, so we are going to put the wood in the fireplace. We are going to light the fire with the tinderbox. So, a hot dust. Not a root. Crunchy herb. And something that grows in the ground, but is not a plant. The potion seems ready, so you're not going to take it out with your hands. So, now again, we need to approach this logically. Use your heads, folks. Use your heads. They're on your shoulders and your brain is in there for a reason. We want to avoid getting out of here. So, first of all, let's consider avenues of escape. The door is a pretty obvious one. Lock the door. Well, can we make that sturdier? Yes, we can. Now, the window is flimsy in this regard, but what is this axe for? Finding the hammer and nails also helps to facilitate you figuring out that you're supposed to board the window up. Yeah. Okay, do I have to click on the boards? There we go. Now, remember, we could just drink the potion. However, it will wear off quickly. And we are not yet a werewolf. But werewolves are carnivorous. So what we want to do, instead of just applying the potion to ourselves, put it on the meat, and put the meat on the hook. So, lastly, we want to bind ourselves. Chain. Rope. So we are now bound by chain and rope. The window is closed, latched, barred with wood and nails. The door has been barricaded and locked. So, if we've crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's, we're sorted. The transformation was complete. Werewolf was hungry, craving for flesh. He bit off the rope that was restraining him. Then he struggled with the chain for a while. The meat on a hook provided a distraction, but after eating it, he felt very dizzy. He started ramming the blocked door. It took him some time to break the lock, and you'll notice the stamina has gone to 0. Werewolf has exhausted himself. At last, the werewolf was free. But he was also spent. got free from the hut, but it took him much time and effort. Weakened by the poison, tired from ramming the door, he had no strength left. He fled to the woods, unnoticed by anyone. That's why it's don't escape, because the whole point is not to escape. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you're looking to play Flash games yourself, Blue Maximus Flashpoint, link will be in the description. If you have technical problems, once again, I cannot help you, because it works fine on my end. I didn't have to do any fancy finagling. Mind you, I opted not to upgrade to Windows 11 precisely because I figured something like that would probably screw with this. If you have, then I really don't know how to help you. That's what search engines are for. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be covering the rest in the series, and other Flash games, because like I said, these are nice and quick and easy to put together. I hope all of you are staying happy and healthy out there, and as always, fare thee well.